A real emotional roller coaster that took place at Etihad last night when time was in seconds. The ball bounced in Arsenal's penalty area, and players come on the field instead. Johnson finished close to David Raya. The school bridge exploded when the British player keep a valuable point for Pep Guardiola and make the Gunners fans will haunt this moment forever. 78% ball control rate, 33 shots compared to only 5 of the opponent, and had the advantage of being played by more than one person throughout the entire second half. However, in front of a brave Arsenal, the most attractive and emotional banishment, it's finally closed with inconclusive results. I can't take my eyes off. That's exactly what can be described as the Great War. Full of all this rage, and even until the end of the curtain. The heat shows no sign of cooling down, with dozens of endless drama. Angry Clove stomped hard on the training chair. Elsa Eads' controversial red card and the moment of explosion of the school bridge Etihad 98 minutes. That's definitely enough for a big party. The 5th round of the Premier League between Man United, City, and Arsenal took the fans on a train of emotions, with developments that are no different than a Bon Ton movie. Now, let's take a look at the major developments. In the last Super War, this time in England, maybe only Arsenal can give you that feeling. He challenged the power of Man City. The result of this match can completely change position on the chart of 2. The team understands the importance of the game. Pep Guardiola and Mikel Arteta, they're all fighting with the best names. With the Man City team, they're going to save the case of Kevin De Bruyne. But in return, most routes are converging on the best souse. Old Halls, as usual, there will be hope. Meanwhile, Robert continues to be an indispensable element at the center. The teams on the opposite side. Arsenal will also lose captain Marv Odegaard. And solutions in the middle. It's going to be a Thomas party. And Declan Rice. Along with that, the new recruit is very much awaited. Galafiore was able to breathe there for the first time of the Great War at the Premier League playground, with a particularly important property that's been predicted before. Man City and Arsenal all walk to the entrance of the bridge with the spirit of fighting blood and fire. But what happens on the field? There's no shortage of intense balls. With home court advantage, the same framework is considered to be more optimal. Not too surprising when Man Green has advocated controlling the game confidently and soon put pressure on David Raya's goal. Almost immediately, there's no need to wait too long. The moment explodes in the joy of the blue half. Manchester City appeared in the 9th minute of the match. Savino rookie, once again prove your worth. With skillful turnaround situations, before launching, don't poke, smashing the Gunners' defense. Over the top, Erling Haaland with incredible speed and surfing resistance. They have completely abandoned Arsenal's defense system to take down David Raya in cold blood. In-the-face situation, which opens up dramatic and fascinating developments. Temporary score 1 does not favor the home team. Next was excited. Behind the open table are those who have the upper hand in, forcing the gunner to play in a stalking position. They're even close to doubling the gap. When Gundogan has a free kick fence, quality in the 5th-10th minute, that made David Raya's goal shake. However, in the midst of the excitement that's coming to the citizen, then the worries suddenly appear. Rodri is the most important player in Man City's midfield. Being on the field with injuries is not easy, and he was immediately withdrawn. 9 minutes after Robert's injury, the blue man was immediately caught. Gunners deploy fast free kicks, with the efficiency set at absolute levels. Gabriel Martinelli has a good return in line too. And with my very good left leg, Galafiore rookie has painted a beautiful long-range masterpiece. It's unbelievable that the whole Etihad slide is dumbfounded. Are coming out of these overwhelming developments. Everything's spinning so fast. Outside the pitch line, Guardiola can't even keep his cool. That pedal's really hard on the chair in the technical area. The advantage was officially leveled in the 22nd minute, and everything's back in balance. The next few minutes, when the Gunners equalize, both teams played more carefully to avoid a second loss. The blue man is somewhat superior to the ball-holding ratio, and they've also created some significant opportunities. Comeys from the shots of Kai Walker or Jar Madoko. However, when she is deadly from the attack of the green man cannot bring results. Arsenal is the opposite. He knows how to put Edson's goal on alert. In the dribbling, from the corner penalty spot, 38th minute, it's a wake-up call that comes out when the Gunners run. Open the door for Gabriel to head in close range. Almost made the net clean. Not long after, the last official match of the first half. The same fight. The ball was hanging to Gabriel's head. Maga head on the column side to Brazilian central defenders in a situation of high. All banging top close-up. make every shadow of Edison's green shirt. They only know helplessness. Look at the ball in the net. For the first time in the match, Arsenal hold the advantage over the host team Etihad. And in that moment, it's probably going right. It's on a trajectory. Mickey Arteta trainer predefined. However, people can never be equal to heaven. In the middle of the fans, the Gunners are overjoyed. Then suddenly the turning point of the match suddenly happened. The disaster that hit Arsenal. 8th minute of the first half, when it seems like we're all waiting for the whistle to go off. Then suddenly Bernrow OSA. There's AVA situation touching in the home section with Adato Silva. The referee was very emphatic. He drew the second yellow card, and that means that OSA is locked in. The first 45 minutes ended with an advantage for Arsenal. However, they face great anxiety. There are only 10 people on the field to fight. The mighty City man, immediately with the advantage over the person. Pep Guardiola understands that. What do I need to do when directing? The students increase the pressure frantically. As soon as the second half begins. In turn, the Kovacic, the Romanians tried their luck. With a shot from outside the forbidden room, but they all missed the ball. Minute 9, it's time. Haaland has a chance to head a dangerous close-up. But I can't beat David. And the subsequent kick-off. Adato Silva also directed the ball to high. The time after that, Arsenal's defense has been built by Mikel Arteta. Caused the super souuu attack of the citizen. It's almost impossible to access. Outside the road, Pep Guardiola is just the steep pupil. Full force attack and actively seek opportunities. Comes from remote termination situations. How strong Arsenal are. It's in the opposite direction. The pressure created by Man City is just as crazy. To be able to find Son's goal by distance. Players like Savino or Rubbidias always seem to be on the edge of the forbidden room. To roll out consecutive cannonballs in the hope of breaking through the front lines. A force of Arsenal red shirts. All about the last minutes, the Green Man was more determined to earn his points. Yaskavadiel had an extremely dangerous one-touch kick in the 8th minute. 7 but was stopped by the excellent David Raya. But in the end, whatever came had to come. After a series of tireless attacks and attempts of Pep Guardiola trainer course. Now the citizens enjoyed the 8th minute of overtime. It was a quick corner by Jack Grealish. The time has come when the ball hits on the Arsenal side of the box. And in that moment, the change that a man named Johnston made. Swinging your feet faster than anything. David Raya also tried to touch the ball. But then Arsenal's net had to shake. In the burst of thousands of fans. Join us at Etihad to witness one of the greatest battles of all. The unfolding with filled drama. It's finally time to bring the curtain down, with the fierce battle of both teams. The final result, Man City are played more than men, has succeeded in anchoring an emotional point on the home turf. Thereby retaining the top spot, with one more point than the chasing team. Meanwhile, Arsenal have maintained an unbeaten run after a brave match. But they'll be temporarily relegated to 4th place, with a distance of 2 points maintained, with Man City superior in stats with 78% ball control. Scored up to 33 shots and compared to only 5 of his opponents. In the end, though, the results are split. It's also a sigh of relief with the Guardiola army. A match that closed too emotionally. It's full of rage and family stuff. Endless taste that fans have been waiting for. Here, there will certainly be a lot of talk. All over the newspapers in the coming days. And of course, what's better for a Sunday evening